Okay, hey, everything's working. Nice. Hello everyone. It's Brian, and do not adjust your horizontal or vertical controls. Vertical, horizontal. I'm sitting down, and because well, for two reasons. One, I took a run at lunch, so it's about 80-ish degrees here outside, and unfortunately, it's about 80-ish degrees in my office. One of the downsides of having a constantly running Bitcoin miner kind of thing here, my machine over here, is it tends to put out a little heat, little BTUs, British thermal units. And so I've shut my door because my wife is behind me in the adjacent office. My mother-in-law is sitting down on our couch in the living room. I will be working on some kind of soundproofing eventually. And as you can see around me, I have stuff. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So I'm still packing and unpacking, but yeah, the last few days have been trying to get what is going to be my desk in some sort of shape that is like. Thank you, Beta Wolf. Yeah, I intend on purging a lot of the stuff that is in my office once I get my cable management in place. So I have been trying to do something a little different than what I did in my previous place. I had a keyboard. I have a keyboard tray, but I realized that it's a little too big. My desk is 72 inches wide, or 6 foot, or 1.8 meters for those of you in the meter side. 36 inches long or deep this way, or like what, 0.9 meters. Yeah, 0.9 meters, or 3 feet. So I have a lot of room to work with on my desk. And so I have got a lot of things set up that I'm going to be working on and trying to clear the desk and making it so that it's easy. Do it in Rust, the cargo run, burn it all down, or WE. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of things still going on. My bookshelf, one of probably two, gets here Thursday, so I'm going to be getting that set up in the back corner here, and got a lot of odds and ends. Got a lot of art from my daughter. She's a maker, so got some stuff I'm gonna put up. How come you look 10 years younger? Did moving to California do this? Yes, it did, Beta Wolf. 10 years younger, much nicer capability of, it's the house. It really is the house. And lighting. I think lighting helps. So I've got my grow lamps back and, made some changes. So, there you go. But yeah, moving to California does amazing things for people when you are, old like myself. So, no joke, I'm schwitzing like a moil here, a nearsighted moil. So, yeah, I don't even know if that's a thing. Uh, so yeah, we're gonna do some Rust today. I've got a lot of shit I've got to get rid of. I've embraced Velcro, and I've embraced low profile microphone arms from Elgato, and actually the Elgato, the low profile mic arm, is also what is holding up my SLR. And I have my lights from my previous setup. So one of these days I will take my nice GoPro and go through and show everybody what everything looks like. I am also going to be getting rid of my laptop, the one that I had been using to stream with, because I don't need it anymore. I have nice surface here that I can use for anything else. I have a POS Lenovo laptop that has Ubuntu on it. I also have a ThinkCenter with Ubuntu on it. And I also have an additional capture card if I want to do anything on those machines. So yeah, I don't need an i9 Yoga laptop that burns my legs when I'm sitting on the couch with it. So I will be getting rid of some things in the next month. Maybe we'll have like a QVC where it'll be like, oh, you know, lovely Lenovo laptop, slightly used, one previous owner, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, you know, I have too much stuff, and the idea is once I get all of the cabling set up and I've got my teleprompter and everything set up and properly cabled, and I understand what all cables I need, there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to get thrown out. Well, e-cycled in this case. We do have a pretty decent e-recycling pipeline here in Southern California. So there's a couple places I can take that stuff to, and I want to be as responsible as I can be for that stuff. So, all right. Oh, well, we had watchers, and then we lost watchers. So my Stream Deck is also working in. So let me give that a shot. No, that's not it. Yeah, no, that is it. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So Rust book. Yeah. Question guessing game. Okay. So, oh yeah, oh man, oh that kind of sucks. I was trying something with the YouTube comments section, so let me go ahead and just delete that one. There we go. So we are learning Rust. It's been a couple weeks, albeit I apologize for that. That's on me. Had to move, so that's cool, Beta Wolf. I appreciate you still being here. For those of you who've been following along, we're doing the guessing game portion of On the Book. So there is a book section. Oh, Christ. Okay. All right. Come on, you rad bastard. So this is the Rust document that I'm learning. I asked some, I don't want to call them good questions. Oh, hello, Lady P. Stupid Twitch. So we're doing to the chapter 2 section where we're learning the guessing game, and glad you could be here, Lady P. Must be about 117 degrees at your house. I'm not going to complain about my 80 degrees in my office here. Oh, it's holding at 79 right now, which is, what is that? Let's see, 77 is 25C, so about 26C in the house. 28 is 82. That's how I remember these mnemonics in my head. It might be that I shaved my upper lip. I accidentally did it wrong, Beta Wolf. It's only 103. Oh, 103. Okay, so that's 40C for those of you who are watching in the metric time zones. Yeah, 40C out there. So which is about 104F actually. So, all right. So, before we get started, yeah, this was kind of sad to hear about. Intel is killing the NUC, so it's going to stop selling these god-awful little pieces of plastic, and I don't know anybody who used the SD card slot, but they're going away. I had nothing but trouble with the two that I had, to the point where I sold them, and I told people, hey, I had issues with them, but if you can make them work, you can, have at them. I think Walt actually bought one of them. Yeah, Walt, low 70s here. Okay, so yeah, it's about 20C there, 21, 22C. I think Walt bought one of them, CPO Parker. But yeah, they're getting rid of the NUC line. So yeah, you're gonna have to find something to fill that tiny PC hole in your heart if you are looking for something. I would suggest a ThinkCenter. A used ThinkCenter actually works pretty well, and they're fairly cheap on Amazon because a lot of companies use them for like point of sale terminals and things. Oh, Walt, I'm sorry about that. I told you if you had any issues, let me know. I feel bad now. You said you installed. What happened? It just failed to turn on, and it would flash little like blue lights. Because that's exactly what happened to me. I replaced the CMOS battery, and that worked for a while, and then it didn't. I switched to an old mid-tower by HP. Okay. I had a mid-tower HP box as well for a while that I was using for what I thought would be a nice, beefy server for God knows what, and then I never used it. Yeah, the Think Centers that I have, Think Center that I have, and the W500S Lenovo laptop, which runs, I've had it forever. Oh, no video? Fuck. Really? But it did have video when you first installed it and Windows worked, obviously, because you installed Windows. I don't know what happened there, Walt. I'm sorry. I can, give you your money back if you want it, because I feel bad that you, that I gave you a bum steer, even though I don't know what happened. Honestly, I had nothing but problems with those, and I thought it would work, but let me know if you would like your money back. I can send you a Venmo or something for that. So, all right. So, we're learning Rust. Oh, let me move my stuff over here. Okay. So, okay. Okay. Well, I appreciate that, Walt. It was not my intent to deceive in that respect, and I think I did hopefully mention that I'd had nothing but issues with it, and for me it was a CMOS battery, and I was running it headless with Linux, so I didn't really need the video component. So yeah, all right. I'll get a little music on while we're here. Yeah. Oh, that's a little loud, isn't it? Okay, turn that down a little bit. There we go. Oh. My OBS crashed earlier, so there we go. Okay. I hope the audio is a little better than the Echo Fest that was the last time. Oh, I also got a haircut there, Beta Wolf, so that could be the other thing. Shaving my upper lip and getting a haircut. So that's the key to California minus 10 years, and that's only because I messed up on the shave. So. It's cold in your bedroom. I'm going to have to investigate a fan, I think, if I keep up with this, because I need to have that window kind of shut, because here comes the sound of freedom. You can mark that off in your cards. All right. So let me see. Okay, so we're right here on the print Lin you guessed guess. So what we did here for the guessing game was we had a couple of dependencies. We had stdio, which is a standard Rust library input output. It's going to use rand, which is a random number generator, RNG. So it's going to have a function main. So it's very similar to how we did with Golang. 12K, wow, 12K BTU, nice, very nice, Lady P. I remember when it was, before we got air conditioning in the house, we had two places in the house where we had air conditioning, one of them being a bedroom, the other one being, our office, or our my daughter's bedroom, so, but, okay, so, okay, something happened here. Something got added here. I don't understand that. Let me see. Standard IO. Let me double check here. Let apples and bananas. Let's see. I thought I'd scroll down. Okay, so secret and rand. Secret number equals rand. Okay, so it looks like I sat on my keyboard or something. Okay, I don't know why the I-32 thing is coming up. Wait a minute. Okay, so I think I had this problem the last time. Let me see, extensions. Let me get rid of the, I may have to reboot the machine here. Rust analyzer. Okay, let's turn that shit off because I did not like that the last time we had issues. Yep, that's what it was. Okay. I don't want to see shit added to my code. So apologies if you're expecting some kind of, you know, linter or something like that to come in. I didn't know what I32 was. I thought I'd set on my keyboard, and that's, you know, that's what that is. So, all right, generating a random number. So we're at this point, we're going to add code to generate a random number, use rand RNG. So RNG trait defines methods that random number generators implement. This trait must be in scope for us to use those methods. Chapter 10 will cover traits in detail. All right, so we're adding 2 lines in the middle. So in the first line, we call rand thread RPG, which is right here. Okay. And this gives us particular random number generator we're going to use, one that is local to the current thread of execution and seeded by the OS. Then we'll call gen range. So gen range is right there, and we're looking for a range from 1 to 100 in this case. So equaling this as well. So 1 to 100, including the number 100. Otherwise, I would assume you can just, you know, and it'll go 1 to 100, not including 100. Oh, wait. There we go. Little extra space here. With me sitting down, my small cat-like object may want to come in and hang out with us. So we may get a visitor or two, depending on. Let me make that a little bigger. There we go. All right. Yeah, is inclusive on the upper and lower bounds, so we need to specify 1 ... equals to request a number to 100. You won't know which traits to use and which functions and methods to call from a crate, so each crate has documentation with instructions for using it. Another neat feature of Cargo is that running cargo doc -- open command will build documentation provided by all your dependencies locally and run it, open it in your browser. I think I remember us doing that. Let me go ahead and run that anyway. Let me see, where's my terminal? Control Shift backtick. All right, Control Shift backtick. Control Shift backtick. All right. So cargo doc -- open. Oh, okay. ls cd guessing game. Okay, so it's going to run our docs, building our documentation. This is very important because, you know, you're not going to have time to, you know, write documentation if you're a developer, because that's, you know, pushing shit out. Whole house HVAC, $1,100 to $1,900 a month this time of year. Wow. Yeah. Damn. That's expensive. Yeah, we haven't turned on. We haven't turned on the air conditioning yet. I'm thinking if we get a sustained like 3 or 4 days of 85 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 30 C, we will probably end up turning those on. So my wife is trying to be trooper and to not you know, turn on the air conditioning as much as possible. So all right. So the second new line prints the secret number. This is useful while we're developing the program to be able to test it, but we'll delete it from the final version. Sorry, it's not much of a game if the program prints the answer as soon as it starts. So, all right. So this is the debug for all intents and purposes. Secret number. So try running the cargo. All right, cargo run. Uh-oh. Hard linking in. Okay, so wait. So what did that say? We got some error messages here. I don't like warnings in my stuff. Let me see. Copying files instead. Consider moving the cache directory. Oh, okay. So we got this in the past. My GitHub repo folders for all the work stuff that I'm doing is on Google Drive, which it's a file system, but it's not a file system. So there's some kind of janky shit going on there, which is why you run into these kinds of issues where it's like, GitHub projects on Google Drive. If this was on a local drive, I probably wouldn't have the linking issues that I had if I, had ran them normally. So just a heads up there, if you do put your workstation folders on Google Drive, because I did that to allow for syncing across my, my Surface, my i9 laptop, and other things. So just makes it easier, and then I didn't have to worry about like doing a git commit or some bullshit like that, or git sync or whatever the hell kind of git commands are needed for that. So I'm sure there's an easier way of doing it. I look forward to your emails. All right. So we've run the program. The secret number is 11. We can input our guess anywhere between 1 to 100. So let's say I put in 100. Oh, okay. So it didn't give me any kind of error message saying, no or yes. It just continued. So the secret number is 95. So if I say 95, okay, so nothing happened. We don't have a yes, you were correct. No, you weren't correct. There's going to be some additional bits they're going to come through. So next section, of course, is going to be comparing our guess to the secret number. All right, so we have... All right, so let me see. You guessed guess. Let me shrink our terminal window here. All right, there we go. All right, you guessed guess. All right, so then we're going to have a couple of lines here. So match, which I'm assuming, so guess.cmp. If I sit down more, I'm going to need a desk. I'm going to need a better chair. Or I'm going to need a chair, period, because my weight bench... It's not meant for my bony ass to be able to sit on for long periods of time. Ampersand. Okay. Ampersand secret number. And then a little curly bracket. Ordering less equals print len too small. Ordering greater print len too big. So it's interesting. So it'll give you kind of a hot or cold kind of system, or it's like, you're just right, or what have you. So equal print len you win. Oh, forgot a comma. I remember commas. There we go. And then I'm assuming they're going to have the comma after every one of those because it'll give you additional options. Let's say you're plus 10 or minus 10 from this. You can be like almost there. You're getting close, or just stuff like that. All right, so there you go for that. And then it says first we add another use statement. Bringing a type called we got to add std compare ordering. So we need to add another use std cmp. So that would be like compare, and then the ordering function inside of it. Make sure that we have that. Okay. Ordering type is another enumeration. It has the variance greater, less than, or equal. These are the three outcomes that are possible when you compare two values. We add 5 new lines at the bottom when using ordering type. The CMP method compares two values and can be called on anything that can be compared. It takes a reference to whatever you want to compare with. Here's comparing guess to secret number. So it's going to, yeah, take one value versus another value. If they match, then you're good. What I wonder is, how does it know that 5, that you're comparing the guess 5 and 3 are, there's obviously some code inside of STD comp ordering that we need to look at, but it would compare those two and go, oh, okay, 5 is more than 3, or 3 is more than 5, or something like that. There's some logic in there that gets added. So, all right. Ooh, okay, I'm popping up into the red here at some points. So let me. Sorry, I'm on like my 15th iteration of my audio setup. So, and about my 12th iteration of my desk setup. I'll get it right in about a couple of months. Or years in this case. So, all right. So 5, guess secret number. We use a match expression to decide what to do next based on the ordering was returned from call to CMP with the values in guess and secret number. The match expression is made up of arms. Arms? An arm consists of a pattern to match against. And the code that should be run if the value given to match fits that arm's pattern. An arm, huh? Interesting. Okay. I was expecting it to say arm in there or something, but okay, that makes no sense. But I'm sure it makes sense once we start using Rust on the reg. So okay. 1 second here. Let me modify something. Damn your hide. There we go. All right. There we go. Added a little bit there. All right. So let's walk through the example with the match expression we use here. Say the user has guessed 50 and randomly generated secret numbers 38. When the code compares 50 to 38, CMP method will return ordering greater because 50 is greater than 38. Sure. Match expression gets the ordering greater value and starts checking each arm's pattern. It looks at the first arm's pattern, ordering less. It sees that the value doesn't, or ordering greater does not match ordering less. So it ignores the code in that arm and moves to the next. Okay, so each one of these is the arm. Okay, so you could potentially not. It's almost like a if-then statement or something. Like if it's if you picked 5 and the answer is 3, then it's ordering. It's going to run through ordering less. That's not correct. Then it's going to run through ordering greater. Maybe that's correct. If it was 50 and 50. If I guessed 50 and the number was 50, it would go, is 50 less than 50? No. Is 50 greater than 50? No. Is 50 equal to 50? Yes, you win. So it would give you that answer. So there's some conditionals there. All right. The associated code in that arm will execute and print. So yeah, it's a logic kind of thing. The match expression ends after the first successful match, so it won't look, first true or whatever. So you could have, I don't know, you could have something, I guess if these are the only 3 options that you could have there, if you had something down on number 4, line 4, that was also true, the first less, greater, or equal would answer first. The 4th one wouldn't happen. So. Like if you wanted some kind of gradation where it's like you're super close or, you're very far away or something like that. So, however, the code in listing 2.4 won't compile yet. Let's try it. Okay, it wants me to attempt to build this. So I'm going to build it. Guessing name generated 2 warnings. Finish. Wait. It's not supposed to be able to build. It's not supposed to build. It's supposed to be broken. Oh my God. Okay. What did I do wrong that it doesn't match? It says mismatched types. Did I not add the right? Did I miss something up here? Let me see. Guest.cmp number, secret number, ordering less, greater, equal, println, too small, too big, you win. Okay. Let's see, did I put okay, I put that up there. STD comp ordering. I'm trying to figure out why my code built instead of failed like it said it was supposed to. That's more like, oh, case statements. Yes, Lady P, that is the more correct example. You're absolutely right. Yeah, case statements. Yeah, I actually preferred case statements to if then because logically I could follow it a lot easier. A lot of the code examples I had when I was playing with those had like mini nested if then else if statements, and I got quickly confused by that, and the case statements actually were a lot better for me. Okay, I don't know why it worked, but let me go ahead and run this anyway. So again, my answer is 11, so that's interesting. So see, before when I ran this, it gave me 11. I wonder if it's going to give me the same one again. So let me go, let me put 41 in. Oh, I'm an idiot. Didn't save it. An idiot. I didn't save it. That's why I'm an idiot. That's why it built, right? Duh. I'm rusty. Commit sync. All right. So I screwed that up. So all right. So now it should fail. There you go. See, so I didn't save it. There you go. Hard linking files is going to attempt to build. There we go. Now we got all kinds of garbage here. All right, excellent. I bet you don't see a lot of Twitch streams where somebody's like, it should have failed. Why didn't it fail? Yeah. All right, so we've got, all kinds of error messages that popped up in the compile function. Secret number, expected string, found integer, right? Arguments to this method are incorrect. Expected string, found reference integer, associated. Okay, so even the error message has changed between the book and here, according to this. Excuse me. So note, associated function defined here. Rust, yeah, self-ordering, more information. Try Rust explain E308. Well, the error message is still the same, but it looks like mine actually has more information, maybe? Including FN comp, other self-ordering. So there's some additional bits. It looks like it actually went into the documentation, or it went into the cmp.rs file, which is the, what the hell? Yeah, so in standard comp ordering, it actually went in there and looked at the code that was causing the issue and attempted to find out the answer. So, which is why we're getting more information, because it's based on an issue inside of the dependency, not the code itself. I'm waiting for somebody to tell me I'm wrong on that, but we'll just continue on as we expected. So there are mismatched types. Rust has a strong static type system. Also has type interference. When we wrote let mutex or mute guess string equals new, Rust was able to infer that guess should be a string and didn't make us write the type. Secret number, on the other hand, is a number type. If you have Rust's number types have a value between 1 and 100. I32. Okay, so when I had the Rust analyzer running, that was the I32 that we saw earlier. 32-bit number, unsigned 32-bit number, so integer 32-bit number. So when we had this right here where it was saying rand, and we had it and it had I32, that's what that was about. 32-bit number is I32, an unsigned 32-bit number is U32. 64-bit number is I64, as well as others. Unless specified, Rust defaults to I32, which is what we had up right up here in this area, which is the type of secret number unless you add type information elsewhere that could cause Rust to infer a different numerical type. The reason for the error is that Rust cannot compare a string and a number. That's very logical. Ultimately, we want to convert the string the program reads as input into a real number so we can compare it numerically to the secret number. We do this by adding this line to the main body function. So I will go back. Okay. So we got our code. So let mute guess string new. Standard IO, read line, mute guess, right? Failed to read line. And then we want this right here, I'm thinking. So we need to have that right after that line right there. Looks like it's nested. There we go. All right, so let guess U32 guess trim parse expect please type. Sorry, you can't see what I'm doing, but I have my stuff's overlapping a little bit. A number. I only have a 32-inch monitor, so you know I've gotta make do. Gotta make do. All right, so we got that, and then that, and then close that, and did you? Yeah, I have two 32-inch Dell monitors. I upgraded from the 227s that I had before, which are directly behind me, as a matter of fact. Well, I have the 27 inches, but I was like, if I'm gonna, you know, I gotta have my inches. So they're not bad. You know, the Samsungs were nice. The problem was I bought one, and then like a month later bought the other one. That's right. You know, as poor folk. Yeah. So the problem was I bought one Samsung monitor, and then I bought another one that was supposedly the same, and it's like a different revision. And in doing so, one had a VESA mount, the other one didn't. So I had to buy a special monitor mount for one of them, and then it was like, oh crap, you know, they sit like this on my desktop. And I think I talked about this on the stream. So I ended up having to flip one upside down so that I could like make them level. I thought about like a single ultra wide monitor, but you know, sometimes I use one monitor for work and the other one for like when I'm doing, you know, Twitter and shit posting and Discording and Slacking and what have you. And I was like, I probably need to have two monitors. So, I mean, if I get hard up, you know, I've got two monitors over here that I can hook up with that. They still won't make me a better programmer. Wait, I thought having more monitors makes you a better programmer. Huh. Not as advertised, huh? Interesting. Okay. One monitor for work and one to monitor when you're a horrible person. That is more truth than you'd like to admit there, Lady P. Oh, it's 81 degrees in here now. Yeah, see, when I open these doors, it's literally going to be like, oh, so much nicer. See, the problem is if I get a fan, I could have it blowing up into my nether regions here, but there'll be a buzz. Or I actually have a fan above me too, but I don't know if that'll actually cause anything. I've got like 4. I appreciate all 4 of you, but I'm gonna see if the fan will actually cause it to be ugly and nasty and sound awful. It's even got a remote, so it's got a remote. Let me see. We'll turn it on low. Can't be any worse than the F-35s outside. I'm waiting for the inevitable. Okay, that was on medium. So if any of you here, hey, Digital Warhead, hey. We punched cards by hand in the snow with broken glass. Yes, I'm sure, Lady P, uphill both ways, carrying your ancient and aged grandmother. You know, I get it. You know, us young punks have it so easy these days. My IT chief, when I was in the Navy, he still had punch cards for some of the systems that he was playing with. If you -25, so you couldn't feel the glass. Right, exactly, yeah. In 812 degrees in the shade, you know, devils selling ice water to people, etc. All right, my fan's on. If y'all hear a whooshing sound or any kind of noise that is outside of my listening, please let me know. There's a slight breeze coming down now, and we'll see if that actually changes the temperature. Hot dog dance. No, Beta Wolf. No. I can hardly hear you over the AC in this room, so your fan isn't gonna make any difference. No, Beta Wolf. No hot dog dance. That even sounds nasty when I say it. Hot dog dance. Anyway. All right, so we're gonna continue on. I'm just kidding, Digital Warrior. You do you, man. You do you. All right, so we've added the please type a number. You guessed guess. All right, the line. Oh, and they told us which line it was, so I could have saved myself about 5 minutes of typing to figure that out. We create a variable named guess, but wait, doesn't the program already have a variable named guess? It does, but helpfully Rust allows us to shadow the previous value of guess with a new one. Shadowing lets us reuse the guess variable name rather than forcing us to create two unique variables such as guess stir and guess, for example. We'll cover this more in detail in chapter 3. So, what? Oh, no more wiener dances. Oh, sorry, Digital Warhead. I didn't know that streamer stopped streaming. Turn off my preview. Yeah, Beta Wolf. Like I had mentioned in previous streams, if you're simul streaming or you're, they're starting to crack down on stuff. And there's the new hotness is Kick, I think, which is the new one that everybody's trying to go to and whatever. So they're not covering it now. I guess it was just foreshadowing. Yeah. It seems like let me see. So remember we learned way back in the day that when you set mute, that means it's mutable, right? So mutable guess can be turned into a string, and now it's being turned into an unsigned integer down here in a less which is wild because Primogen has been multicasting lately and testing out YouTube. Yeah. I'm trying to figure that out too, because I know that a lot of very popular streamers like High Rollers and them, they will stream live on Twitch and then they'll upload it a few days later to YouTube. And I think they listen to the replay or whatever as they're doing it. So that's a lot of time on their hands. They do like a 3-hour stream and then they do a 3-hour replay, and yeah, so. All right, so let me see. We bind the new variable to the expression guess.trim.parse. The guess is the expression in the expression refers to the original guess variable that contained the string input as a string. The trim method on a string instance will eliminate any white space at beginning and end. That makes sense in case you accidentally put, space 11 space. and which we must do to be able to compare the string to U32, which can contain only numerical data. So yeah, if you accidentally put a space, now if you put like 1 space 1, it's going to error, right? I mean, because it only trims the beginning and the end. It doesn't trim anything in the middle. User must press enter to satisfy read line and input their guess, which adds a new line character to the string. For example, user types 5 and press enter. Guess looks like this: 5/new line. Backslash is the escape for new line. Yeah, represents new line. On Windows, it's carriage return a new line, so /r/n. For Unix, Linux, /n. Trim eliminates the n or rn, resulting in just 5. Okay. They use tools to mark different times, and it's easier to edit. It's built into Twitch. At some point, I'm going to have enough time in my day to be able to edit a single video with things like, you know, that kind of stuff. Or I get rich enough and somebody, you know, I can hire some kind of intern to do that. I was actually looking at the DALL-E version on Edge and like building out a bunch of logos and stuff. And it was just interesting to, you know, put in a specific line and then coming up with various things. So the parse method on strings converts a string to another type. So the parse method on strings. Okay, so we got guess, trim, parse, expect. Okay. Converts string to another type. Here we use it to convert from a string to a number. So it's going to parse U32. Okay. We need to tell Rust the exact number type we want. Let guess U32. The colon after guess tells Rust will annotate the variable's type. Rust has a few built-in number types. Unsigned 32-bit is U32, right? It's a good default choice for a small positive number. You'll learn about other number types in chapter 3. Additionally, the U32 annotation in this example program and the comparison with secret number means that Rust will infer that secret number should be U32 as well. So it wants to assume everything. Check out Midjourney instead of DALL-E. Yeah, I'm on the Discord for Midjourney. It worked well enough. I just, you know, when I'm sitting at home just playing around, and I think we did some of that on a stream as well, where we were just playing around with DALL-E. The only thing that I think DALL-E didn't get right was like fingers, like you know, trying to put a hand or something like a glove, you know, something like this, or a fist or something. It was like it would just meld like 3 of the fingers together, and I was like, ugh, it's kind of creepy. I'm not a cartoon character, so if parse returns an error result variant because it couldn't create a parse method will only work on characters can logically convert into numbers and so can easily cause errors. For example, if the string contained an emoji, there would be no way to convert that to a number. It might fail. Parse method returns a result type as much as the readLine method does. Okay. We'll treat this result the same way using the expect method again. If parse returns an error result variant because it couldn't create a number from the string, the expect call will crash the game and print the message we give it. If parse can successfully convert the number to a string, if parse can successfully convert the string to a number, it will return the OK variant of result, and expect will return the number we want from the OK value. All right. There's a new stable diffusion tuned for logos and another tuning for hands and fingers. Oh, that's pretty cool, Lady P. Yeah. All right. So, save your code, because if you don't, you get these kinds of weird things. So save your code and commit and sync. There we go. There we go. Lady P will show up in the mirror if you don't save it. That's right. You say Lady P 3 times in a mirror in the dark, you're going to scare yourself to death. So, Yeah, this is going into my private GitHub. I was actually talking with somebody on Mastodon the other day about, it's like, I don't know what to make. And that person was like, oh yeah, that's a good question. And yeah, the problem you come up with, it's like, I don't know what to make, you know, and how to go about making that thing to make. It's like there already is a port scanner for Nmap, or you know, it's like I'm not learning this because I need to retool at work. I'm a filthy manager type, so boy, it's not liking my stage. Oh, I know, because I don't have a commit message. Yeah, that's what happened. All right, so I pooched it here a little bit. So, like most developers, I don't really have commit messages. There you go. See, yeah, I'm an idiot. Rewrite your underlings in Rust. Yeah. Outsource my work to that. There we go. Your repository has no remotes configured to push to. I don't know what that means. Okay. Push that over. Okay, there we go. All right. So cargo build. Let's just go ahead and do that for shits and giggles. Okay, so that worked. Same warnings about Google Drive, so that's not a problem. And then we cargo run. Okay, so a different number this time. I was wondering if it was going to give me 11 again, because that's what it was doing. You'd have to work in order to outsource. Exactly, right? You know. All right, so let me go 45. I'm going to put 45. Okay, so it's too big. So logically that works. I put 45, the number's 25. It compares. 45 is bigger than 25. Let me run it again. All right, number's 53. I will put 52 because that's less. Too small. All right, so I'm doing all the, what do they call that? Quality testing. You know, before I actually ship this, I'm doing all the user testing, or the UAT. All right, so 52 is less than 53, so it's too small, correct? So let's run it again. All right, oh, if 50 equals 50, so we're gonna do 50. You win. All right, so that's awesome. All right, let me run it again. 83, let me do 83. All right, so it does work. All right, so the logic here works. If it's larger number, it's too big. If it's smaller number, too small. You guess it right, it gives you the right answer. So even though spaces were added before the guess, the program still figured out that the user guessed 76. Run the program a few times to verify different behavior. All right, so yeah, let's run it again. Okay, so 67. Let me put 7 space 8. That should error because that's incorrect. It means you're not connected to a remote Git server. Only a problem if you want to push to something like GitHub. Oh, I thought I was pushing to GitHub. Huh. That's interesting. I thought I was... I'll have to go look and make sure that I'm actually committing my stuff. So... commits. Publish branch to private repo. I'm uploading files. Let's go get it. Okay, there we go. We successfully published the Hello Rust repository to GitHub. There we go. Okay, so apparently I had a new branch or something like that. So. Yeah, oh, okay. More commits. There we go. Push that branch real good. There we go. Okay, we're pushing all the commits, all the things. There we go. Okay, I fixed it, I think. So there you go. All right. All right, I fixed it. I did something. Walt's probably pulling out his hair. Yeah, I did something to a branch. I'll have to go look at my GitHub repo and see how I've badly damaged everything here. So, all right, so I did 7, 8. That should error, which it did, because thread main panicked, please type a number. So it, like I said, it pulled the white space off the beginning and the end, but it couldn't pull it out the middle. So if I'd have said 7, would have been no problem. But 78, 7 space 8 is not good. So that was a bad thing. So let me run the cargo the run the cargo. Huh, that was interesting. What happened there? Uh-oh. Did I? Oh man, my shit's spinning. That's not good. I think I broke something. Error code 101. There we go. Okay, so boy, it really didn't like that, did it? Okay, there we go. Number's 3. All right, so 5. Too big. All right. Ooh, I did something wrong there because am I still streaming? Please tell me. Okay, we're good. Yeah, it was the blue spinny thing of death, which was not making me feel good. So, all right, we have most of the game working now, but the user can only make one guess. Let's change that by adding a loop. We're gonna be looping, y'all. All right, so in main.rs, which is what we have here, we're gonna go println. So in line 10, secret number. Okay, so that's the debugging command. We'll remove that, I guess, when everything is done. Loop. All right, so we're going to loop right here. I'm going to add a line and say loop. All right. And then we're going to get rid of the little closed bracket there because we'll have to add it later on. You can see when I took away the other loop bit, it turned that red. So I'm assuming that that's bad because there isn't a closing bracket for that one up at the top because all the accounting has, the bits have happened. So I have to remember to add a curly bracket at the bottom to satisfy func main. I think when I did that, yeah, see, it went away. So, all right, so println. All right. Oh, well, we're good then. All right, so snip. Okay, oh, I see. I have to now indent everything at least. So I can make everything look pretty. All right, so there's the one for loop. Let me see. There's loop. Where did this one come from? Oh, okay. There's loop. This is for the match. This is for okay. So that one goes in. That was not. Okay, there we go. And then this one's gonna go in because it needs to be indented for loop, and then that one there. All right, and then we'll get rid of that line because I don't like widows and orphans. Control S. All right, and then added the loop bit. All right, and commit sync. Okay, and so it says, as you can see, we've moved everything from the guess input prompt onward into a loop. Be sure to indent the lines inside the loop another 4 spaces each and run the program again. The program will now ask for get another guess forever, which actually introduces a new problem. It doesn't seem like the user can quit. The user could always interrupt the program by using Control C, right? But there's another way to escape this insatiable monster, as mentioned in the parse discussion in comparing the guess to a secret number. If the user enters a non-number answer, the program will crash. We can take advantage of that to allow the user to quit as shown here. Oh, I see. So you're going to say enter a number or a Q to quit, basically, is like old school stuff. So typing quit will quit the game. But as you'll notice, so will entering any other non-number input. This is suboptimal. We want the game to also stop when the number is guessed. Okay, so quitting after a correct guess. Let's program the game to quit when the user wins by adding a break statement. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, all right. All right, so too small, too big, you win, break. Okay, so. All right. All right, so wait, we're gonna go, okay, so if it's equal, then we will add a bracket, no, curly bracket, new new, okay. Println, you win, then break, and then oh my god, everything's getting all like I'm not a developer, so you know all my spaces and tabs and whatever. If you feel like your OCD is lighting off here, my apologies. So, all right, so we're gonna save that. Adding the break to stop on a correct. Yes. I'm not a developer, but I stayed at Howard Johnson's last night. All right, so we're gonna turn that off. All right, so this is not ideal spacing and everything, but what you can see is the 4 different ones here. This is for this one here. This is for the match. This is for the loop, and this is for funk main right here. So, all right, so handling invalid input. So to further refine the game's behavior rather than crashing the program when the user inputs a non-number, let's make the game ignore a non-number so the user can continue guessing. We can do that by altering the line where guess is converted from a string to U32 as shown in 2-5. All right, so we go back up to the top here. Okay, so expect fail to read line. Okay, let guess. U32 match. Okay, so we're gonna add a match. God. Match. Guess.trim.parse. Okay. Okay. Okay, it wants me to get rid of this portion right here. All right. Then we're going to add another curly bracket. And then we're going to say, okay, num underscore continue. Okay, so that's that. Let's see, where's the? Oh, I have to put that in. Okay. Control logic. All right. Mid sync. All right. Famous last words. I'm not a developer. Yeah, that is a true statement. All right, we got that. All right. All right, so we save that. You guessed guess. Okay. We switch from an expect call to a match expression to move from a crashing on error to handling the error. So error handling, right? Very important. Remember that parse returns a result type and results in an enum or enumeration that has the variants okay and We're using a match expression here as we did with ordering result of the comparison method. All right. If parse is able to successfully turn the string into a number, it will return an OK value that contains the number. If the parse is not able to turn the string into a number, it will return an error value that contains more information about the error. Okay, so now everything works in the program as expected. Let's try it. So it says just cargo run. I'm guessing it's going to build anyway because there was a problem. Yeah, okay, so could not compile guessing game due to one previous error omitted, not omitted. Okay, so wait. Line 24. Okay, scroll back up. Okay. Oh, wow. Semicolon. Okay, I didn't realize there's been a semicolon right there. All right, so save that, and then I will run it again. Okay, so that worked. Error messages notwithstanding. Give me 50 again. I don't know how random this. If you have errors in Rust, you did it wrong. That's true. There's a lot of 50s coming up, so I'm not sure how random this random number generator is. So, all right, so it did work. It guessed the number and it aired out properly and cut the game. So, all right, so let's say 53, so let's say 89. Too big. All right, so I guess this would be like high-low game on The Price is Right, where it's like you pick a number, higher, lower, number. Yeah, 50-50 chance it's random. Yeah, exactly, they're Digital Warhead. All right, so 53 is a number, so I pick 89. Let's say 52, too small. 89, too big. 53, you win. All right, so now let me run it again, and I will pick D. S. Period. So that kind of works. Dog. Yeah, so it will continue giving me, answers until I don't even know what the number is now. 22. Okay, so that would have been a really long time. 22. I win. So cool. We made a number guessing game, people. Right on. We're not done yet, though. But wait, there's more. All right, so let me see. To further refine the game's behavior rather than crashing. Yeah, we did that. Okay, let's try as expected. One final tweak. Recall the program is still printing the secret number. Oh, right. Okay, so now you have to... Great, now we have to take out the crutch. When we scroll down here, let's see, your secret number is... Now, the one thing I'm wondering about is, it says the secret number is secret number. Does that mean when it generates the number that it's somewhere in memory? Because it feels to me like, and I'm not sure why we would do this, but we could dump the memory where the secret number is being stored and figure out what the number is based on, I would imagine, some kind of hex code or something like that. But that's my guess. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to remove the secret number bit. Or, you know what, I wonder if you could just... There we go. I'm just going to make it a comment because I don't want to lose that. It shouldn't print the secret number bit there. So I'm going to say made secret number statement a comment. There, push and sync. All right. Okay, so we're going to go down here. We're going to cargo run this bad boy again. Okay, so there's no number now, so I don't know what the number is. So I'm going to say, so if you want to guess this within like 8 numbers, you're going to say you're going to start out with 50 because you know the number is 0 through 100. So it's too small. All right, so we need to go higher. So 75, half again. Too big, so we know it's between 50 and 75, so it'd be 60. Oops, 60. Too small. All right, so it's between 60 and 75, so we're going to say 70. All right, so 71. There you go. We knew it was between 70 and 75, right? So, yeah, so you should be able to do it in less than 8 every time. When you watch the high-low game on Price is Right, I as a kid, I was like, oh, that's how you do it. All right, so we're going to do it again. We're going to start with 50. So 50 is too small, so we're going to go to 75. It's too small. We're going to go to 90. 90 is too big, so it's between 75 and 90. So we go 80, 5, 83. Okay, so 83 is too big, so it's between 75 and 83. So we're going to go 77. There you go. And that's the basis for several CVE issues, including a real nasty one from 3 to 5. Anyway, all right, so what's 3-5? Walt. Yes, and that is the basis for several CVE issues, including that real nasty one from 3.5. Is that from March? Oh, I see. Still 81 degrees in here, but at least the wind's blowing. All right, so that was it. So the final code, which if you've been following along, minus the spacing, this is the code. It's 37 lines of, guess the number. So, and it works. So, congratulations to us. We made a thing, right? And for me, that's the thing. It's like, am I going to sit down and go, let me make a guessing game, right? It's like, what am I going to do at work with this information? It's like, okay, because it's like either you're going to make something really simple or you're going to make a web application, which is not small. There's a fun high-low game where you guess monthly search results between two topics. Higherlowergame.com. The bug in OpenSSL. Oh, right. I remember now, Walt. Yeah. Private server keys. OpenSSL private server keys in memory. CVE. There's several from 2022, but I can't remember which one exactly it was. Yeah. So in this case, we've added some stuff. So let's go back and do cargo doc open, and it should run and add all the additional documentation. Oh, Heartbleed. Oh, yeah, that one. When you said 3 to 5, I was a little confused as to 3 to 5, but yeah, Heartbleed is make a file explorer in Rust. So Beta Wolf, how would you start that? Right? That's the thing. It's like, okay, let's make a web application. Somebody said, oh, it's a little daunting, but you could do a blog engine in Rust. And I'm like, okay, what does it take to start that? Right? This how-to was great because it was like, oh, let's, there's a process, right? It's like, how do you start a blog engine? What's the first thing you need to do? What modules are you going to need for that? I don't even know that. I don't even know where to start with that. Rust plus WASM plus Laxum. Yeah. So yeah, that is Axum. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, that's my issue. It's like, I don't know how to, it's like I want to bake the cake, but I don't know what the ingredients are, right? There definitely is going to be Rust. So it's like, if I'm baking the cake, I know there's going to be flour, right? Okay, but what else? It's like, okay, I can put in, gummy bears. Is gummy bears going to make me a cake? I don't fucking know. What do I need for a blog engine? I'm going to need Rust. I'm probably going to need a database to store posts. Okay, great. I'm going to need some HTML. You know, am I going to need some assembly code? I don't know. So I'm assuming, you know, there's enough how-tos out there where people who are really developers have done these kinds of things. But my problem is I'm stuck trying to figure that out. It's like, what are the ingredients I'm going to need to make that cake? And so HTMX. I'm going to assume you're just a really bad typer like me, Beta Wolf, and you meant HTML. Unless HTMX is some kind of new thing that I didn't know existed. So, but yeah, that's my thing. It's like, you know, should I add motor oil to my cake? Obviously, logically, I know that that's not the case because I know what goes into a cake. HTMX. Yet another thing we have to learn. High-powered tools for HTML. HTMX gives you access to AJAX, CSS transitions, WebSockets, and server sent events directly in HTML using attributes, so you can build modern user interfaces with the simplicity and power of hypertext. Okay. Digital Warhead is you're correct. So, you know, it's like I don't know yet. And that's really the problem. It would be like, you know, and maybe this is where people who are on our stream regularly, it's like, hey, let's build this thing. And then it's like we all get on our Discord together and then we're all sitting here collaborating. It's like, hey, I want to build a dice ruler for a game, or I want to, you know, I want to create, like if you decide you want to build first, you can start by gathering the ingredients. All right, so I want to build a Why am I looking around? That's not going to help me. One, learn basic syntax, functions, and logic. 2, build some minor applications with help from guides. 3, build something using only the documentation provided by the language and tools you're using. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. There are several Golang books out there where it's like, you know, you're building like 10 or 15 different things. And I would imagine once you've gotten down to, well, like, you know, let's say you build the guessing game. The guessing game does what? The guessing game is going to allow you to compare two values. It's going to, you know, compare two values. It's going to take input. So, you know, all of these applications we're building, you break down into their constituent parts. Let's say it's an asset management system. It's going to be a web form, which is going to take input. It's going to store it somewhere. So you're going to need a flat file, like a CSV or something like that if you want to go the NoSQL route. If it's going to be at scale, you're going to want to use a database. So, you know, you're gonna learn these things as you go along. So like the 20 things you're gonna need to know from, you know, you're gonna need to know how to take input. You're gonna need to know how to compare values. You're gonna need to be able to do error correction. And so I get the what they're trying to teach with the guessing game. They're trying to teach you the concepts of those things, you know, proper log and error management, setting variables, strings and integers. So maybe it's, you know, take like Digital Warhead, decide what you want to build first and then break it down into its constituent parts. It's not like I need a database. I just need a place to store values. whether it be a flat file, whether it be an Oracle database, a Postgres, a NoSQL, a Hadoop cluster, something that stores key value pairs, something like that, JSON file. You know, you're gonna, you know, everything takes input, everything takes output to someplace. You know, we're gonna use probably a lot of IO standard in that case. You know, like where we're gonna take, you know, please add various attributes. So, you know, if we did an asset management thing where it's like, you know, I need to keep track of all of the computers in my house, or, you know, for work, you know, if you're doing the CIS top 20 controls, the first thing is, what software are you using? What hardware are you using? So it'd be like, you're going to create this form in Rust, and it's going to be like, you know, hey, I noticed that you did this, or you did that. So that makes sense. All right, so temperature's still 81. The fan hasn't been completely annoying yet, and once I get my rug in, it'll be less echoey even than what it is now. So I'm gonna go. I'm going to. Did I just kill my? Yeah. Let's see what's up. I don't know how all of my settings got reset, but I had dark mode on a lot of this stuff. Sid Heresy, Leak Beats, Al Hazard. Okay. Yeah. Why not make a file decrypt tool? My goal right now is to make a bunch of little things in Python, then go and try in Rust. Interesting. Have you ever played with Node-RED? No, I have not heard of Node-RED. I do not know what the Node-RED is. Node-RED. It's a programming tool for wiring together hardware devices, APIs, and online services in new and interesting ways. Provides a browser-based web or flow editor, which can be used to create JavaScript functions. That's kind of cool. The license on it's fairly restrictive, though. Apache license 2.0. Interesting. So version 3 was released on 14 July. Okay. I'm assuming node-red.org. 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 There you go. Yeah, interesting. Check out security_live stream sometimes. He does a lot with Node-RED with Twitch API. Okay, that's cool. I will definitely do that. Yeah, I've got some home automation stuff. I have an IoT light here that I want to play with at some point, as well as my Google Home Mini, which again is somewhere plugged in. Figuring out my network setup at home is also going to be something, because I've got my quad band Orbi that I've got a couple of the quad Orbis that are working really solidly right now. So these are pretty sweet. They are pricey as shit, though. I didn't buy 3 of them. I only bought 2, but still, it's, you know, Wi-Fi 6E, and it's actually fairly solid, because I have to have like 100% uptime because we have YouTube TV, and if it's streaming or buffering or something, it causes my wife no end of grief, and I want YouTube TV to work. So, but anyway, I'm gonna go. Thank you all for coming, and we'll do some more Rust soon. I will take your advice to heart, Digital Warhead, on creating something. Yeah, we're gonna go raid Al Hazard, because, you know, he doesn't already have enough people. So, but yeah, we're gonna go check out Al Hazard, and this is interesting. I'll go and check this browser-based flow editing out. So, all right, y'all have a good day. Take care of yourselves, and we'll talk soon. Bye.